Good evening. I call to order today's Plan Commission meeting on February 16th, 2022. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Here.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Here, yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Here.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Here.
Chair Ali?
Here. Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the November 17th, 2021 meeting?
So move, Shay.
Second?
Commissioner Shea, second Commissioner Flores. Are there any corrections? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Minutes are approved. First item on the agenda is rezoning from ER Estate Residence to L1 Limited Industrial and Special Use Permit for a planned development. Applicant is Michael Martin on behalf of Midland States Bank. Project number 401.22. May I have a motion to open the public hearing?
Motion. Second.
Vice Chair Cooper, second Commissioner Shank. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Here.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores? Yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes.
Chair Ali?
Yes. Mr. Eastman, you have the floor.
Thank you. The applicant is requesting an approval of a rezoning from ER Estate Residence to I-1 Limited Industrial and a special use permit for a planned development in order to rezone two existing lots of record and to allow the existing site conditions and land uses to remain. The property is generally located at the southeast corner of Veterans Parkway and west-south frontage road, and this is I-55. The applicant is requesting this rezoning for the above mentioned property as part of a petition to annex. Whenever a property is annexed into the village of Bolingbrook, it is initially classified as ER Estate Residence. This necessitates a rezoning to a more appropriate zone. In this particular instance, the appropriate classification is I-1 Limited Industrial, since most of the surrounding properties are so zoned. The applicant is also seeking approval of a special use permit in order to allow the existing site conditions, which include, but are not limited to, a gravel parking lot, some non-conforming setbacks, and an existing land use that includes outdoor storage of trucks and trailers, automobiles, and automobile parts to continue until December 31st, 2033, or until the properties are sold or developed, whichever occurs sooner, subject to the approval of the annexation agreement. I will, mention in terms of the date, it does seem obviously arbitrary. The property directly to the west of it, which we would commonly know as the Starzula property, it's a truck parking. That was part of an annexation agreement which was given a sunset clause of December 31st, 2033. So we are going to have both of those agreements expire together, therefore making the pieces of property more developable and more marketable for future development. The village agrees that the owner shall need no further permits from the village to construct, and the owner has agreed to install, at the owner's cost, an 8-foot stockade fence in the location shown on Exhibit A before you. This will essentially be along the entire front property line to provide screening from the existing property from I-55. Staff recommends approval of a rezoning from ER Estate Residence to I-1 Limited Industrial for the properties generally located at the southeast corner of Veterans Parkway and west-south frontage road, commonly known as the Ed James property, subject to the approval of the annexation agreement. Staff further recommends approval of the special use for a planned unit development to allow the existing site conditions and land use previously mentioned to continue until December 31st, 2033, and or until the property is sold or developed, whichever occurs sooner, subject to the approval of the annexation agreement. This concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Eastman. Are there any questions from the commission?
Who owns the land?
The property is owned by so there's two parcels owned by two different trusts, both of which are named with Henry E. James, commonly known as Ed James. So he is the owner of both pieces.
And the lease tracks with the annexation.
I'm sorry?
The lease.
With the house? Yes, correct.
I see.
So at that point in time, when the annexation agreement expires, they have to bring the property into compliance at that point in time. Doesn't necessarily mean they have to develop it, they have to bring it into compliance.
Yeah.
And to be clear, I'm sorry, were you finished, Commissioner Tucker?
Yes, Shane.
They understand what the compliance measures are.
Yes,
So if they were to sell or transfer the property, they know they've got to remove the buses and the vehicles.
absolutely. It's actually spelled out pretty much in detail in that annexation agreement that, for instance, if it was to just sell it to his daughter, that doesn't classify as a point of sale. It actually has to be a percentage of whoever's buying it has to have full interest that is no longer in relation to Ed James. So it has to transfer hands and be sold to a new owner as defined in that agreement.
Or at the time of the.
Or when it
expiration in
expires.
2033.
Correct. So with the hard corner already with that annexation agreement set in 2033, it's somewhat kind of forced our hand to go in that direction. I can't have that land be ready to be developed without that hard corner. It doesn't have the ability to be developed at that point. No one's gonna wanna build a brand new development with that particular use next to it. So we kind of want it all available at one time.
So you've timed both parcels in this case.
Correct.
And the adjacent parcel.
Correct.
All hopefully go in at the same time.
Yes.
And then that would allow the connection to Crossroads Parkway.
Correct, yeah.
And allow proper routing of.
They'll have to obviously work with ComEd, but we believe that we could help them be successful to get access through the easement of ComEd.
And the zoning is going to remain an L1 limited industrial, and they're not looking
I1,
for
yeah.
a zoning change?
No. So both pieces, everything that's being annexed, 5.63 acres would all be zoned industrial. Therefore, as soon as it gets redeveloped in any way, it has to be in compliance with the industrial. So you wouldn't be able to rebuild a house or anything like that.
Understood. Any further questions from the commission? Hearing none.
Like a mess.
Do we have any questions from the audience? Hearing none. Do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second. Commissioner Tucker, second Vice Chair Cooper. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Tucker?
Here.
Commissioner Shank? Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores, yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes.
Chair Ali?
Yes, thank you. At this time, I would like a motion to approve the findings of fact for PC 22.02, approval of a rezoning from ER to L1 special use permit for a planned development and adoptions of findings of fact. May I have a motion?
Motion?
Second.
Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Wright. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores, yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes.
Chair Ali?
Yes. Rezoning from ER Estate Residence to L1 Limited Industrial and Special Use Permit for a planned development. Project number 401.22. May I have a motion to approve? Vice Chair Cooper, second.
Second.
Commissioner Shank. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tucker?
Yes.
Commissioner Shank?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores, yes. Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes.
Chair Ali?
Yes, thank you. We stand approved. Is there any new business? Hearing none. Any old business? Any citizens to be heard? Chairs have to go through the motions, right?
Didn't she?
Chair's report, well, I don't have much to report. I want to wish everybody a safe next 24 hours with the freezing rain coming in, so please be safe out there. Also, want to extend my congratulations to our newly appointed trustee, Gene Kelly. Welcome to the administration team, Gene. I think you'll make a positive impact on our government. That's all I have. Commissioner Tucker, Commissioner Shank,
None.
Vice Chair Cooper, nothing? All right. Mr. Eastman,
No report tonight.
no report tonight. At this time, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
And skip a beat there. Vice Chair Cooper, second Commissioner Wright. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful night.
Me and Mike have plans.